Hi there. Today I am starting a new series. It is called Watch Paint Dry Poetry Reading. The reason for the name is because I have read poetry at poetry readings upon occasion in the past. Maybe a little bit more about that some other time. But the basic thing that I found out when I was reading poetry at poetry readings is that listening to people recite poetry is right up there with watching paint dry. So I thought, hey, I could do both. I could recite poetry and you can watch paint dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint little paintings. I'm painting them with acrylics. So, if it's oils, it'd be like 5 days later and it's still not dry and you're really getting sick of my poetry. And you might get sick of my poetry anyway, but here we go. I use little business cards. Well, not business cards. They're like magazine cards. You go in and you look in magazines and they have all these subscribe to our magazines. Usually it's some ridiculous overinflated price. And, you just want to throw them away. I usually keep them and I can paint little pictures on them. Or I write stuff. But I'm not writing stuff, and that does not include poetry. But I'm going to write stuff. I will continue to do that. But I have a new project for these little cards. They're going to become paintings. I'm not saying they're going to be good paintings. I'm not saying that they're ever going to sell or anybody's going to want them in little frames. But I'm going to paint them anyway, just so you can watch paint dry. Yeah. And listen to me recite poetry. So first of all, I'm going to paint a little painting, and I'm going to put it in my little, I have this thing, and it says kitchen craft on one side, and on this side it doesn't say anything. So I'm going to put that up here once I've painted it, and then I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to set it up. Oops, let's see. I'm going to set it up. Let's see. Let me see. So, okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Do I have to hold that? I don't know. Maybe I'll hold that. At any rate, you'll be able to watch paint dry as I recite poetry. Come on, get up there. Get up there. Well, anyway, can I put it on here? This is already dry, by the way. No. I'll figure it out. Okay, now for the great artist. No, I'm not. At work. Here we go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da. Here we go. You can see the genius at work here. Okay, I'm gonna take that off of there. And we gotta get it painted before you can see it dry. Okay, let me see. Da da da. Da 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 da. Do do do. Let me get rid of all the lettering underneath. What? going on here? Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Well, anyway, we're getting close to the wonderful paint dry masterpiece. Okay. And soon you will be able to watch paint dry. Okay. So we will put this in my little thing here. Let's see. Maybe there. Here we have. Paint is drying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Exciting. Maybe not. Okay. Where do we put this up? There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, crap. Uh-oh. I don't want to watch paint dry on my keyboard. This is not good. Oh, no, it is not. Okay, put that in some water. I just spilled paint on my keyboard. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. I really want you to watch paint dry. I think I'll have to get my poetry out here so I can hold poetry and read it to you with one hand. And then I will have the paint dry on the other hand. I should have gotten the poems I was going to read you out, but what the heck. Anyway, here we go. Paint is drying, but you can't see it. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty. Here's the paint drying. City chic. I am one of the city's porcelain chic. I am sometimes broken, but never do I weep. Empty chalice. Without love, immortality would be empty. Beggar. I am a beggar on a deserted street of wooden hearts and empty pockets. My soul is hungry to be fed. I beg to be fed. Love. Father knows best. When I was 17, my dad asked me, "What are you going to be when you grow up?" Whereupon I said, "I'm going to be a poet." Whereupon my father said, "Poets starve." Notice I wrote 2 good poems because of those 2 words, and this is one of them. Father knows best. Poets starve, my father said. You're only famous once you're dead. Poets starve, my father said, with his lips pursed up so tight. Damn if my father wasn't right. Avalanche. Crumbled paper, waste paper basket, full to overflowing. Another idea bites the dust. Oh, here we go. Written when I was 15 to the Beatles. Little boys, 4. I see them and I cry out in vain. George, quiet one, moody, maybe a little sad, awfully cute regardless. John, crazy hat like mine. They laughed when I wore it. Cockney talk. Love you, honey. Ringo, sad, be lonely, looking ready to cry. Tossed sea of chestnut locks, sad, huge, blue, keen eyes. Why did you marry, I cry. Last is Paul, angelic face. Really quite grown up, looking like a choir boy. I cry to them and see the sea of loving, screaming faces. Stop, I scream. They are mine. Then I cry again in vain. They belong not to me, but to the world. I was 15. I cared that Ringo got married. They were mine. Of course, the truth of the matter is I actually prefer the Kinks and the Stones, but that's, that's something different. Okay. Are we ready? Well, I'm single, and the good ones have all been taken. And I'll be damned if I fry up for the bad ones any bacon. Black Dog, 1974, Newport Beach. Black dog, carefree dancer, running over oblivious granite. Molastache. To my family, the most lovable bunch of cookie monsters I've ever run away from. I could tell by the recipe, a new one to my cookie maker fingers, that this one was delicious. So I doubled the batch, naturally natch, and waited for 6 brothers and sisters, 1 grandma, ma, and pa to tiptoe in, hands moving faster than silver thunder lightning, to snatch and cause cookies to mysteriously disappear. I locked the door and smiled at the batter. Oh, you should have seen my underhanded grin, my hidden laughter, 24 cookie stash. I sneak upstairs, quiet as an elf, up to mischief to hide, my devious deed. To feed, and at last, to hide away my molasses stash, and sneak back to the kitchen to greet with open arms the cookie monsters. Okay, what else do we have? How's the paint doing? Paint's still wet. It's drying. I can see it's sort of drying, but it's still wet. Let's see. To you, they are pieces of paper and misspelled words and scribbles and ink blots and leaky or dried up ink pen markings. To me, they are sweat, blood, starvation inside me, and reflections of a broken mirror that I refuse to throw away, even though its pieces are pierced and shining, cutting my naked, blistered soul and shining forth in their surfaces the ragged pieces of my fading memories. That was from 1974. Crystals Don't Purr, 1990. Crystals, the pet rocks of the me generation, the yuppie koala bear. The Right Adjective, inspired by Max Tacos. R.I.P. Died when I was in Hollywood. Petting my cat. His fur is soft as silk. Nah, silk isn't right. No, not that I don't love the feel of silk. His fur is soft, sort of like velvet. But no, that's not quite it. Aha! Wait, yes, I think I have it. Petting my cat. His fur is soft as fur. He likes cheese, 1999. Bait the trap for the rat. Be warned that you'll catch the cat. Major Problems, 1988. Do Artemis, Tiffany, and Punky. 3 cats, 2 hands. 100 Degrees, 1998. It's just too hot for woman and cat, and that is that. Today, June 20th, 2016. Indio, California, it is going to be 124. You think 100 is too hot for a cat, and that is that? Yeah. Paraphrase, 1988. I love my cat, but oh, you kid. Tenor sax, 1994. Max is perplexed, giving me a wide-eyed, quizzical stare instead of his usual sleepy-eyed, roll-up-in-a-ball, subtle cat-nap purr. He doesn't quite know what to make of jazz. mean, that's going to be that for this time. It's still kind of wet, but I'm going to let it dry the rest of the way on its own. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Have a good day. And here's a short one. Poet, know it.